On the show tonight, the star of a new drama about crossroads, the classic TV show famous for its wobbly cameras, boom mics getting into shot, and actors turning up late for their cues. Oh, are you okay, camera two? Oh.
Hi, where do you want me?
You're late. Let's start the show.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. Lots of great guests for you tonight. I tell you, my sofa will be groaning like a porn soundtrack on Match of the Day. Did you see that? It was good. A prankster, a good one, hid a phone on the Match of the Day set, OK? Then he put the ringtone for porn noises and then called it during the show. OK? Good gag. Bless Gary Lineker. I mean, he took it in very good spirit. I mean, you don't just normally associate Match of the Day with rampant sex, do you? I stand corrected. The BBC has said somebody is facing the sack, which is certainly what it sounded like someone was doing. And in this time of bitterly cold weather, it is very cold, very, very cold, a little animal story caught my eye. Did you see the raccoon stuck at a train station in America? Did you see this? Look at him there. OK, what happened was he was crossing the track in minus 12-degree temperatures. And then he just sat down for a moment and his testicles froze to the railway line. It took 2 railway workers, a lot of soap and warm water, but they finally got him off. So at least there was a happy ending. Let's get some guests on! Later, we'll have music from singer-songwriter Cat Burns. And we'll be joined by the star of the critically acclaimed hit The Whale, Brendan Fraser will be here. But first, she's the dance sensation who's traded her Strictly sequence for Dancing on Ice. It's Oti Mabuse! We love Oti! Oh! The glamour! Have a seat, too. He's the BAFTA award-winning writer and producer of Doctor Who, Queer as Folk, and It's a Sin. Please welcome Russell T. Davies. Oh, hello.
Hello, my love. How are you?
Lovely to see you. Let it go. Starring as TV legend Noel Gordon in Russell's latest TV drama, Nolly. From The Crown, Fight Club, Sweeney Todd, and The King's Speech, it's the one and only Helena Bonham Carter! Oh! Woo! Hello. Well, good to see you. Have a seat, too. And she's the 4-time Oscar-nominated star of Brokeback Mountain, My Week with Marilyn, and The Greatest Showman. Now wowing the critics in Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans, it's Michelle Williams! Have a seat, dude. Oh, yeah. Sit down. The glamour, the excitement. Welcome all. Lovely to see you all.
Thank you.
Now, Michelle, do you know everyone on the couch? Do you know Helena? Have you worked together? Have you?
Well, we were just talking backstage.
But we did before, a few years ago, talk backstage somewhere else, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't we? We have met.
This is awkward.
For me,
It was profoundly important, Michelle.
it was. I remember.
Met at these award
we
dues.
met. Yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
met
And you were
after
wearing
a
yellow.
thing, and it was late at night, and we
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
find cars. We didn't know how to get home, and it was confusing. But we
I admire her tremendously.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah. I really...
And the gentleman, is Russell T. Davies, who's our most successful screenwriter in this country.
He is a genius.
The most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are. Thank you. Are you familiar with Doctor Who at all?
Yes, of course I am.
Oh, well,
Oh, please come
you
and
could
be in
be
Doctor
in
Who.
it.
Please come and be in it. And you.
Could I?
Yeah. Signed them
That
all
was
up.
an audition. Did you hear
Nothing.
that? Could I?
Good, that's it. Brilliant. You see? That-
No, because you're...
be in one of them.
Oh, yes.
That's the famous
Because you're
thing.
back in the world of Doctor Who
I'm
now.
back. I love it. I love it so much I couldn't stay. Don't tell me off.
No, I'm not telling you off.
You once interviewed me about Doctor Who, and his eyes glazed over, and he took a deep breath, and then he took this deep sigh, and you went, "That's all very well, but can't you write something real?" I'm a guest. I'm a guest. Great.
It was the radio. I was relaxed. I was probably hungover. But you've got a new Doctor Who now.
We've got shooting out. We've got David Tennant coming up. Lovely David Tennant, Catherine Tate for 3 specials in November, and then our brand new Doctor at Christmas, shooting out. Well, who is? Oh, there he is. Absolutely.
Oh, we're looking forward to that.
He's amazing.
And Odi Mabuse down the end is one of our foremost dancers. Was on Strictly.
Yes.
Now on the Dancing on the Ice.
Yes.
Is that quite cold?
It's very, very...
Well, no, yeah, you look at it and they're all so
I know.
glamorous, and you think, but if there's ice, it's got to be cold.
I freeze all the time. So what we do is that I dress up, I take a photo, and then I wear my leggings or some joggers and some slippers. I throw the shoes away, and then I just sit comfortably. And everybody's like, why is she so happy? It's because I'm comfortable.
Yeah, you're sitting on a hot water bottle.
I am sitting on a hot and a blanket and a heater. I've got it all going on. It's Africa down there.
We must, before we do another thing, we must do a shout-out for Helena's outfit.
Yes.
I know, it's too much.
Mate.
No, it's fabulous.
I'm wearing everything. I'm wearing 7 pieces of Vivienne Westwood, who was like my...
Of course.
Yeah, of course. This is, in fact, I wore this. Do you recognise
I
this?
do recognise this.
Now, how do you recognise this?
Did you wear it on this show?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, this is your penis skirt.
This is my happy penis skirt.
Oh, they're
That's
happy
right.
penis skirts.
Yes.
We've all
Happy
got
things.
one.
It's my lucky penis skirt. Do you want to borrow it?
I've got one.
It's very useful. It's magical.
Yes.
Vivian believed in buy less, so I thought I'd wear exactly the same thing. But then I got this, which is a signature thing, which is great because it does all the work for you. You don't have to...
I'm wearing one underneath.
Oh, you wearing one? And it means you can eat anything. So I've been eating cake, but it doesn't really matter because you just shoves that and it makes these things happen. It's great.
Yeah, it's all working. It's all, whatever's
It
going
is
on,
all
it's
working. It's working.
Hey, let's crack on with our big film of the week. Michelle Williams stars in The Fabelmans. It opens next Friday. That's the 27th. And this is Steven Spielberg's... Well, I suppose it's his most personal film to date. So tell us who you play and about The Fabelmans.
I'm his mama. Yeah. It's a story of his childhood. It's about his adolescence. And it's really kind of about how this man came to be. And it takes him from when he's 6 to 16, a little older than 16, but I play his mom in both decades. I was pretty happy to play 34. That was my big win.
And, you know, actors always joke about kind of like, oh, it's Steven Spielberg on the phone. But you actually had that. Steven Spielberg was on the phone.
You know, I got this text. It was the middle of the pandemic. Not a lot of good news streaming in. I got this text on my phone, and I thought I was reading something wrong, and then I handed it to my husband, and his reaction told me it was correct. We started jumping up and down, and like, you know, middle-aged people do when they're excited, and it said that he wanted to talk to me, and I didn't know why. And then all of a sudden we're on this Zoom, and I realized what he's asking. He wants me to be his mom, who he loved and adored, and wants to make this movie to honor both of his parents. And then the work began. I always say there's one good day, which is when you get the job.
Yeah.
And then the nerves.
Terror.
Terror.
Yeah,
terror.
inside.
Just like, yeah, just
Yeah, yeah.
terror. But there's that one glorious day
hope.
when they're like,
Before you
they
actually
want-
commit to
Yeah,
anything.
yes, exactly.
You have all these ideas.
Yeah.
That's what I had when I read your script, and then it was like, oh my God, I got to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we've got a clip of you doing it. This is your character, Mitzi, encouraging the young Sam to pick up his camera again.
In this family, it's the scientists versus the artists. Sammy's on my team, takes after me, except he's got real talent.
Mom?
And he's completely terrible at science.
And algebra.
And sports.
Will you please stop?
He showed me his camera.
Is he good at kissing? I'll tell you later.
Shut up!
He sleeps with a camera under his pillow.
No, I don't.
But he refuses to actually shoot anything.
He should shoot Ditch Day. They still don't have a photographer. You could volunteer.
What's Ditch Day?
It doesn't matter. I'm not
Seniors get to
going.
do at the end of the year. They let us pretend like we're ditching school and we all take buses to Santa Cruz and Main Beach. You have to go. Everyone goes. My dad will lend you his camera. It's super fancy. It costs like $1,000. It's called like an Air something. I forget.
Wait, not an Airflex.
Right.
Your dad owns a 16mm Airflex? Wow.
Wow. That actor, Gabriel LaBelle, who plays Sam, the young Steven Spielberg, I mean, he looks so like a young Steven Spielberg.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just sort of amazing that this young man existed for this moment. He's so incredibly talented, and he's so young, and he's so new. It's one of the first things he's ever done, and
Wow.
he just walked on like he'd been doing it his entire life, and he really takes my breath away.
And, you know, it's a fiction, but it's based on a childhood.
Ish,
Yeah, but how close, is it really close to what happened?
It's pretty close. All the things that, you know, his mother had a monkey. His mother drove into a hurricane. His mother had a monkey.
Monkey?
I
could have played the monkey.
Extraordinary monkey. You probably worked with this monkey. This is a very
I've been
famous monkey.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
Well, you've been
Yeah.
Were you going to play with a monkey?
No, I played a monkey.
Oh, I thought you said...
No,
oh,
I
you said you
wasn't
were-
monkey.
Oh, you were a monkey.
I was a
obviously.
chimpanzee.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were. Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do, of course.
Okay.
Planet of them.
Yeah. Exactly. Planet of many.
Yes, there you are.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, lovely. Very
Good luck.
nice. Yeah.
I only do chimps, but what kind of monkey did you have?
She's a capuchin.
Nah.
Yeah.
No?
No,
I
but it's a
almost-
proper showbiz monkey.
She's a very famous monkey.
What's her name? Chris.
Crystal the monkey?
We've got a picture.
You might know her.
There's
You'll
you and the
know her.
There's you and the monkey. Now, Crystal.
You look slightly
Crystal is so famous.
And rich.
Is she really?
Very rich.
Is she really?
Net worth is
Richer than us,
millions.
I think.
I mean, not richer than you, but
Well.
maybe richer than me. How much? Definitely richer than me.
How rich do you think I am?
No, because she. Are you like monkey rich?
He's chimp rich.
No, Crystal must be rich, because Crystal's been in Night at the Museum, American Pie, did a celebrity cameo as herself in We Bought a Zoo. This is Crystal on the red carpet for The Hangover Part 2. Loving it. That must have been quite hard as an actor to act with. I mean...
Or maybe she was a professional.
She's a professional.
You know, you're being a bit monkeyish.
Sorry.
What do you think? It must have been hard. Maybe not. What do you think?
Oh, she is an incredibly professional monkey. There's nothing that she can't do. I asked the trainer. I said, is there anything you've tried to teach her that she was unable to master? And he looked with this, like, very paternal love in his face. He said, no, nothing. There's nothing she can't do. I said, except not wear a diaper. But other than that...
Yeah, she's really great.
Other than that, anything. But she is incredible. She is a scene stealer, though.
Yeah.
You cannot have a dramatic moment with a monkey in the room.
Yeah. And Crystal Monkey has this incredible CV to the point where I feel like there might be more than one Crystal. Do you think it's all one Crystal?
There's another one. Why do I have so much knowledge about these monkeys?
Actually, why do you have all this knowledge? Yes, that's a very good question. Why do you know so much about Crystal the Monkey?
Because Crystal has a competitor, or like a rival. There's another monkey.
Oh, I could write this.
I'm
writing this
who's
film.
in the movies as well.
Really?
Yes, they're rich, these monkeys in Hollywood. They're rich.
Oti, why do you know this?
Why do I dance? I should be an agent for monkeys. No, because I was really interested. I think I saw Crystal in I think it was The Hangover. And I think it wasn't one monkey, it was multiple monkeys.
Okay.
And then I Wikipedia'd like normal people do.
Yeah. Because this is a lesson you learned, was one of your first movies was a Lassie movie, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
My very first...
Wow. You are like a living legend.
That's what old means. Yeah, no, I've been doing this for 30 years, so... Yeah.
Because I would have thought with dogs, because dogs are trainable, you just have one Lassie.
No.
There's a hero lassie. There's a hero lassie. Basically, there's the best of the breed, and then there's the other ones that just haven't progressed as far as the hero, which I think is the case with Crystal. Like, there isn't a monkey who can do what Crystal can do.
Yeah.
But they have, like, in case of an emergency, they have, like, a sort of, like, a stand-in Crystal. And for Lassie, they have, like, like, cousins of Lassie. And then they have, like, a stuffed Lassie that they does the stunts.
Yeah, Lassie can't be bothered. Very good. Listen, The Fabelmans, let's remind you, it is out in cinemas here from next Friday. Congratulations on it, Michelle.
Yeah.
It's so, so good. Now, Russell T Davies and Helena Bonham Carter bring us a real British TV treat. It's called Nolly. It's going to be streaming from the 2nd of February on ITVX. And it's a three-parter about the legend that is Noel Gordon.
Yeah.
And yet she has sort of vanished slightly. So which of you wants to describe who Noel Gordon...
Well, you can try, and then I'll butt in.
Okay.
Which is very Nolly. Back in the 70s, she was one of the most famous women in the land. Her and Margaret Thatcher. And they're very similar in many ways. And
Queen of the Midlands.
Queen of the Midlands. She was star of her own soap opera called Crossroads. And she was so famous. Honestly, she used to win the TV Times Best Actress Award every year until they eventually had to invent a Hall of Fame to move her out the way so that other actors could win. She was that famous. And now she's vanished. Talk to anyone under 40 and they've never heard of her. And that's because in 1981, she was suddenly, abruptly, overnight, brutally and humiliatingly, I think, sacked from her soap opera. They didn't take her out to lunch. They didn't take her out to dinner. They didn't say there might be a problem. It was just a great, big public axing. And I was 18 at the time, and I was fascinated by this, and I've spent all these years thinking, what happened there? Why did that happen?
But how great that then this is happening. Like, as I was watching it, I was thinking, the person who would love this the most is Noel Gordon.
Isn't he?
Oh, I know. She would love it, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
I think when
there she is.
There she is.
On reception.
I don't look exactly like her, but it doesn't really matter. But she was a wonderful woman. I read the script. I didn't, to be honest, when I read it, I wasn't exactly conscious of who she was. But then I read the script, and the script was just like a gift. It was like the most beautiful, just love letter to her, but also to any actor. I just thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe how beautiful and brilliant and hilarious and funny and. I just thought everybody needs a bit of a nolly. And then I said to him, I said, so why are you doing it? He said, well, we got to... She was really treated craply, and we need to give her a proper send-off. And I just love that sentiment behind it. And he's such a humane man, apart from being overstacked with genius writing skills. But I just love that position of... I'm sucking up to him, because I want to have a fucking...
I wonder what he was overstacked with a minute. Overstacked with what?
He is overstacked. And, you know, he's 6'6", and every inch of him is kind, and every inch of him is talented. He is amazing, this man.
Well, I tell you what, we'll talk about Crossroads and Noel some more. But let's watch a clip. This is you, Helena, as Nolly, and you've decided to break the news of your
They've just
sacking.
told me, and everyone says, keep it quiet.
Yeah.
And I said, don't tell anyone.
Here she is.
I am shattered and devastated. I have been brutally axed, and my heart is utterly broken.
Nolly, I'm from ATV Today. Do you have a message for your loyal fans?
Oh, you're from ATV, are you? Well, let me just say, you wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for me.
I think we should...
No, I wasn't just an actress here. I was staff. I was the spine of ATV, and the heart, and the soul, and the guts. I practically invented daytime TV. Crossroads was built around me. Everyone says the star of the show is the motel, but let me tell you, the star of the show is not a bunch of flats held together by plywood and sellotape and spit. The star of the show has been sacked. Charles Denton sacked me. He sacked me.
Oh. So good. You know, because you always wonder when you watch these things, because you don't remember what happened. Did she actually do that? Did she actually...
She actually did. You can see on YouTube footage of that press announcement. And Nolly, in real life, said a lot more that the newsroom very kindly cut out because they wanted her to appear to be nice and happy. And so that gave me permission. That gave me permission to invent all the stuff that they'd cut out, which is that.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean.
Because, Helena, you had experience of playing lots of real people over the years. I mean, you play Princess Margaret, Elizabeth Taylor. Do you look at footage or do you get into them other ways?
Oh, no, well, it depends. I think I do everything. I read about it. I'm a sort of whore for doing... I watch as much, I read as much, I talk to people. If the person's incredibly well-known, you kind of... The best thing to go is to go to the friends who really knew the person, I think. You know, and then you can get their take, because often, if you're playing a well-known person, you're just going to play what you already know.
Yeah.
But you want to go beyond that, and then... so I just basically try to get every single... I overdo it, because then I get completely confused. And then it's like, oh, God, and overwhelmed, and then I've got no idea what to play. And then bit by bit... well, what was great was that he wrote it. So, you know, the best thing, just phone up the writer, because he's already got her inside his brilliant head.
Yeah.
And so I could just phone him. But we did speak to lots of writers.
And when you write a script, Russell, do you just give the actors the script or do you give them a crib sheet of, you know, here's other stuff you might want to know?
It tends to be all in the script, to be honest, but then you talk and also it's a funny thing because you can do all the research and you can watch all the footage, but I also think you imagine it at the same time. You kind of let go after a while and go, right, this is the person who has to exist in this drama. So it's a bit of both sometimes. But the good thing about Helena is they're all still in there. They all keep popping out.
Yeah,
Elizabeth Taylor's in there. Nolly's in there. Monkey's there. If she wants to get cross with you, she'll be Nolly. If she wants to get... they just pop out.
It's like having lots of lodgers. I basically have multiple personality syndrome.
Because for you, Michelle, when you was playing an icon like Marilyn, that must be all that extra pressure.
That was amazing.
But that's what I always... I say the exact same thing, is that they're all rattling around in me, and they come out for my children's bedtime stories.
And they don't them, do you find?
No, not at all. Don't do that voice, Mommy.
Yeah, exactly. They really
But you know what they do like? The Greatest Showman.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, yeah. You know what they do like? Those songs. More. Yeah, they love it.
I love that one.
They love it.
Did you sing that to
More
me
songs, Mommy. I would love to.
Lullaby me so
That's beautiful. Now, in terms of mothers, obviously Steven Spielberg had this very dynamic mother. Now, Ozzy, I'm interested in your mother. Was she, like, obviously she was driven, but was she...
She's not.
Like, was she...
What is going on?
No, was she... do you call her a pushy mother, or was she just ambitious? What's the story?
A determined, strong mother.
OK, good words.
Yes,
yeah, put those on the CV.
She's going to watch this, Graham.
No, but you've got a new name for her now.
Oh. What is my new name for her?
It's based on a film you saw?
Oh, we saw King Richard.
You know, the Will Smith, the tennis...
Is she King Richard?
I mean, sort of.
Ricardo.
So we watched the whole thing. I watched the whole thing with a big bottle of vodka. And I was like, oh, my God, this is us. This is our life. This is what's happening. And I just went home and I was like, Mom, you really pushed us. And she goes, I know. That's why you're so great. Just shit on it.
Now, Noelle, it's interesting because when watching it, it's not like a Me Too drama, but it's sort of Me Too adjacent in a way.
It's Me Too, but without the sex, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yes.
In a way.
Yeah.
Does that say it?
Yeah, well, in that it is her versus men.
And I think to be serious, I think the Me Too stories are just the surface of the problems that men cause for women at work. They're not all sexual stories. Sometimes it's just temper and indifference and contempt. And Nolly was very much a victim of a very male system, wasn't she?
And she said she was sacked because she was sackable.
Yeah.
But almost certainly, had she been a man, they wouldn't have sacked her. Not for the same... Well, she never found out why, but this is where Russell's... the programme.
I found out why.
He found out why.
And do you think things have got better in the industry, Helena, or not?
About sacking?
Oh, no, about kind of... Your taxi's outside. I've just done my ear. Yes, car for Bonham Carter. No, in terms of, you know, men calling the shots.
It's getting better. Don't you think, Michelle?
I do.
Yeah. I mean, we've got lots of women producers out there.
Yeah.
And we've got I mean, it's not just the big studios running. We've got a lot more people who have got A lot more independent producers, lots more women making the decisions. What do you think?
Well, I'm just interested because, Michelle, you weirdly got caught up in all of this with the reshoots for All the Money in the World, ironically named.
Yes.
Where...
Haunting title.
Yeah, so they were doing the reshoots and it came out, didn't it? The difference in pay.
Yes, it did. You know, it's sort of amazing when you find yourself in the middle of something like that and realize, oh, they're looking at you. Oh, it's... I've always been a very shy person. This is... I'm like like my natural shape. I'm like a shell. I'm like this.
That's why you became an actress. Yeah, clever girl.
Well,
no, I'm really
I just
kidding.
wanted to be in the chorus.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I just wanted to be like one of the orphans and Annie in the background.
Yeah, didn't happen that way.
But you were starring in this movie.
But I was starring
They
in
then
this
did these reshoots. How did we discover that Mark Wahlberg had been paid, whatever it was, $1.5 million, and had you been paid anything?
I had $80 a day.
$80 a day?
To do the reshoots. But, you know...
Did you know? Or did you find out when everyone else found out?
I hadn't known at the time. But it wound up being a really incredible teaching moment because the disparity was so enormous. Sometimes it's really difficult to talk about these things, and it's really difficult to make people understand the difference between $10 an hour or $14 an hour, you know. And this example was really able to shine a light on the disparity that exists for all women. And I found myself suddenly as the person who was the most able to talk about it. And it really was one of, I think, when I look back on my life in my rocking chair with my 18 grandchildren surrounding me, I think that this will be the moment that I forever feel the closest to and the most proud of. That this turtle of a person, was able to find my voice in this moment and stand up and speak out and become an example of women being underpaid in the workplace. And I have seen a shift, and I've been the beneficiary of so many women coming up to me and so many men coming up to me and saying, I didn't know until I heard your story, and I've changed standard operating procedure within my own company. So, so I'm very grateful to have been a little bit of that.
Wow. Amazing. And just a reminder that Nolly, all 3 episodes, are going to be streaming on ITVX from the 2nd of February. I hope so many people watch it, because it's fantastic.
Thanks.
So good.
Thank you.
Excellent. Now, Odie Mabusi, Dancing on Ice. This is Sundays on ITV at 6:30. It's also on ITVX. So this is year 2 on the panel, and I hear you've got a new attitude this year.
Well, my first year I was very excited. I was like, what? Primetime ITV? And when I get excited, my voice gets up here and I get really loud. Like, me and my sister have a joke because people say we speak so loud. She's screaming Mutsi and I'm screeching OT. So that's how we refer to each other at home. But this year, I'm trying to be, like, really normal and talk to you like this. Don't show that I'm excited to be around these legends. Just be calm and be like, yes, I'm made for this life.
And
That's it.
And, you know, and on one way, I suppose, you know, Strictly and Dancing Ice, there are so many parallels.
Yes.
And yet, I think we watch them in a different way. Like, Strictly, you want to see people dancing very well.
Yes.
At Dancing on Ice, you want to see teeth being broken.
You watched it for that. It is really different, and my experience of it was really different. Like, for me, Strictly was like a competition. Like, for me, it was war. Like, we're going for it, you know?
Yeah.
And Dancing on Ice, I just enjoy it, but I love seeing other people in that position, putting themselves in vulnerable positions and getting better.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you fall, you always get up. That's how I see it.
Until you don't. The end. I must write that down. It's a great cast this year. Who are you looking forward to in particular seeing?
I am looking forward to the Vivian.
The Vivian. Vivian, who won RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
What's good is you've made everyone look like drag queens, so it's hard... it's hard to spot the Vivian.
She's really, really tall, so I think they made them all the same
okay,
height
they've shrunk
as
her.
well.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's great.
And who else? Patty Palmer,
Yes.
Joey Essex.
Joey was the surprise of, I think, the first episode, because everybody knows him a little bit as the jokester, the guy who's like, wallop, yeah, I'm Essex. And he came, and he came out, and then he had like a finger wave, and he was really suave. He was good. He was really, really good.
Okay, well, one of the standout stars so far is Aiken Sue.
Yes.
Aiken Sue. And we've got a clip. This is her with her partner, Brendan Hatfield, giving it their all. Oh, very good.
Hey.
Now, if we are to believe what we hear in the papers, this caused a lot of complaints.
I know, it's so exciting to be a part of a show that does that. I've never been a part of a show that does that. It did. I think people were complaining about the outfit, how revealing it was, maybe the choreography, but I thought it was really, really sexy. I was really, like, for me, to put yourself in that position again, to wear an outfit like that, to do something that is beyond, again, talking about women and their bodies, but more about the skating and the talent and that risk-taking was what was important to me. And if I had that body,
You should.
I'd wear less to this show, and I wear it all the time. It'll just be a wig, just a wig. This is me.
Now, you look at the couch and you think, I wonder which of these people has been asked to appear on Dancing on Ice, and you wouldn't guess Russell T Davies.
Me. Why is it so funny? Why is it so funny?
No, but no, he just watched it. He's like, this was brilliant. It got a bit of...
Yeah, I would have worn that. I would have worn that costume. It was way back. It was like it was brand new, and it was Doctor Who was at its biggest, so I was yap everywhere. It was called Stars on Thin Ice back then, and I was on a list of 5,000 people they must have asked to be on it, and I could not have said no fast enough.
But did you live to regret it? Did you watch the show and think, maybe I could have?
I know. I'm here.
You still can.
Here I am
Yeah.
with these ankles now.
Yes,
I
you
couldn't.
can.
Because, Michelle, you're from the frozen tundra of Montana. Presumably you can ice skate.
You know, whenever somebody has like a kid's birthday party at the skating rink, I'm always thinking, you mean drunk people on knives on ice? No, it terrifies me.
I'm with you. Can you do it, Helena?
No.
Okay.
I don't like sliding.
She doesn't like
She
sliding.
doesn't like sliding. Don't ask her to slide. Please. And sort of after the pressures of Strictly, is it quite nice to be behind the panel and not being judged by your sister every week?
My family judges me every week anyway, all the time. And it's very different. It's very different. I still get judged for little things like what I wear, what I say to who. But it is different. You see, I'm being diplomatic because I need to work across 2 channels right now. You get that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But life is going really well. I mean,
Yes.
you've got lots of jobs.
Yes, I do. But I'm trying to stay employed, please.
Good.
No, but it is different, and I can explore the things that I've always wanted to do. And also, being from South Africa and coming to the UK and seeing how many opportunities you can have in this industry was very exciting for me. So I was like, oh, my goodness, this feels like a second chance, and let me take it. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, take them all. Odin continues in Dancing on Ice, Sunday night on ITV. Right, time to meet our next guest. This man made his name in Hollywood in hits such as George of the Jungle, Gods and Monsters, and The Mummy. Now, he's giving the performance of a lifetime in Darren Aronofsky's The Whale. Please welcome Brendan Fraser, everybody! Oh! Hey! So nice to see you. Oh, really nice to see you. Have a seat, too. Brendan, Michelle, Helena, Russell, O.T. They're all there. Oh, it's goatee. Have a seat. Have a
Thank
seat.
you.
Have a seat. Do you know people on the couch? Have you met Michelle or Helena before?
I believe that we've met at award ceremonies in passing.
Yeah.
And I've certainly seen you for your work, and I'm happy to meet you, and you are positively charming, Odine.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that.
Well done. You've won over the couch. You've won over the couch. So the movie is The Whale. It opens on the 3rd of February. And a lot has been written about this movie. A lot of people have said gorgeous things about it. But if people don't know, who do you play and what's the moment we meet him in his life?
Charlie is a writer, a teacher of expositional writing. And he works from home, from his couch. He has a laptop computer. He keeps the camera switched off. His students don't know what he looks like. When we meet him, he's in poor health, as you can see. The man lives with obesity, and he has very little time and a certain number of regrets, and he very much hopes to reconnect with his daughter, Ellie, from whom he has been estranged since she was age of 8. It's a story of redemption and love, and we're hopeful that he's successful by story's end. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I do hope that you get a chance to come and see it for yourselves.
Yeah, because it's not just that there's a time limit. He's in a very perilous situation in terms of his health.
He has days, really, Monday to Friday, and his blood pressure is off the charts, and he certainly could be doing a lot better.
Yeah, and we use words like, obese and overweight, but it's sort of more than that. I mean, in terms of, in the script, how heavy is this man?
Well, on paper, the number was 600. The number's really not that important, that he is very large and that he has mobility issues and that challenges the people around him who he loves and who love him, but are in a position where they become almost his enabler to bring him what he needs to eat.
Yeah.
My castmates are Hong Chow, who plays Liz, his best friend and caretaker. Sadie Sink is his daughter, and Ty Simpkins is a really great kid who came of age on this picture. It was exciting to watch that. And none other than the lovely and talented Samantha Norton.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a clip, and it's quite intense. This is you as Charlie talking about your daughter with your ex-wife, played by Samantha Morton.
I need to know that she's gonna have a decent life, where she cares about people, and other people care about her, and she's gonna be okay.
I need to go.
Mary, she doesn't
have to go.
have anyone else. I need to know that I have done one thing right with my life.
People will be blown away by your performance in this film, and it is. I'm right that it's unlike any performance I've seen you give before.
Yes.
Did you know you had this performance in you? Did you know that as an actor you had this?
I knew it wasn't asked of me. I knew it was material I hadn't seen before, and I just knew the basics of it when I went to meet Darren. He wasn't certain how he was going to make this movie because it would require the actor to clearly wear extensive prosthetic makeup.
Yeah.
To create Charlie's body. And
did that help or hinder?
Help, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it was designed with the rules that it would obey gravity and physics. And it was appropriately heavy. And that really made the experience of playing the part, I think, really a lot closer to what it would be like to live in a body of a man that size, for me, personally.
Yeah.
Because when it came off, I could still feel an undulation. You know when you get the feeling when you step off a boat onto a dock? You're kind of in vertigo?
Yeah.
I think what that was is just showing me that it's still with me. And it also let me know that to be a person of that size, you really have to be very strong, physically and emotionally.
Yeah.
And grew to appreciate that by having played this part.
And you're one of those actors, you've been working constantly, and yet this has been described as your Brenaissance, because people like words like that. Does it feel... They have, I didn't make this shit up.
Me neither. Hey, look, we just work here, okay?
Does it feel like a Brenaissance to you?
Every time I hear that, I want to look at the ceiling. Oh, look, there's Rick O'Connell. Oh, look, there's George of the Jungle. Foreshortening. You can call me whatever you want, just as long as you're calling me.
Okay. And presumably people are calling you. Are they? They must be. You must be in back-to-back meetings. You're so hot right now. And weirdly, here's another thing I want to bring up. There is an odd link on this couch between the Fabelmans and Brendan Fraser. Do you know what it is? You do, don't you?
No.
Yes, you do.
We hope it's not us. Yeah.
It is, of course...
Crystal.
Crystal the monkey. Crystal the monkey, her first job was George of the Jungle.
Jungle.
It was that bitch. She had a boyfriend called Mr. Binks, who I normally work with. You're a monkey agent and all that.
I love
Mr.
Crystal.
Binks would throw a fit and disappear into the rafters if he didn't get the take that he wanted. Because Mr. Binks was a boy monkey.
Oh, okay.
He had to wear a boy bikini. He would get frustrated occasionally and rip it off, disappear into the ceiling. This is late night television, right?
Yes, it is.
And start jacking it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Stop and throwing it, and the trainer would come out and go, Mr. Binks! You stop that right now! Mr. Binks couldn't give a flying... He was just like, oh...
I'm so sorry. He's turned. He's such a good actor now, and now he's channeling Mr. Big. Brendan, it's so good to see you again. Congratulations on this beautiful film. The Whale is out on February 3rd, and may all the awards be yours. You deserve them. Brendan Fraser. Right, time for music. This triple Brit-nominated singer joins us after a whirlwind breakout year. Here performing her current single, People Pleaser, it is Cat Burns.
I hate confrontation. It makes me uncomfortable. My brain goes hazy, racing when I get vulnerable. It's a lose-lose situation. Communication. I wish I could just say it straight away. Oh, I hate being this way. I learnt it from such a young age that my needs and wants ain't important anyway. So when you say something's wrong, I just wanna make it better. Oh, but I've realized that you just want me to listen. But listen when I see you cry. I can't stand what I feel inside. Oh, I just wanna fix you. Guess I'm what they call a people pleaser. Guess I'm what they call a people pleaser. I've put my comfort behind everyone else all my life, and it's so hard to describe unless you do it too. It's a lose-lose situation. Communication. I wish I could just say it straight away. Oh, I hate being this way. I learnt it from such a young age that my needs and wants ain't important anyway. So when you say something's wrong, I just wanna make it better. Oh, but I've realized that you just wanted me to listen. But listen when I see you cry. I can't stand what I feel inside. Oh, I just wanna fix you. Guess I'm what they call a people pleaser. Pleaser. Guess someone they call a people pleaser.
Hey! Rosa! Cat Burns, everybody! So good. And thank you to the band and the backing vocalist. Come on over, Cat Dude. Cat Burns. Oh. So gorgeous. Thank you very much. There's Oti and Russell, Helena, Michelle, Brendan. There you go. Meet and greet. There you go. That's Cat Burns. Oh, what a ray of sunshine. You literally are.
Oh,
thank you very much for that. That's the current single, People Pleaser, that is out now.
Yes, it is.
And what a time to be Cat Burns.
I know.
I know. And this has all happened kind of in a year. It's just you've had one bonkers year.
Yeah, basically, I don't even know what happened. I like to say, like, a group of 15 to 17-year-olds on TikTok just found my song and decided to just make, like, TikToks with it, and then just blew up my song and then changed my life.
And what were they doing? Were they doing dances? Were they lip-syncing to it? What were they doing?
They're just doing what random 15 to 17-year-olds do.
Let's not pry. OK. I mentioned it in the introduction. This is amazing. So that TikTok thing happened. You've had this amazing year.
Yeah.
And now 3 Brit nominations.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Brits, they're on the 11th of February, and I believe you've got an announcement to make, Cat Burns.
I am, in fact, performing there as well.
Oh! Like, that is a big deal.
Yeah, it's, sometimes I just think, like, I've just finessed my way in here. Like, I don't actually even know how I got here today. I feel like a security guard's got to be like, how did you get in?
Thank you so much for that performance. Good luck on the 11th of February.
Thank
and we look forward to seeing that performance as well. Cat Burns, everybody! Very good.
Thank you, guys.
Right, that is nearly it. But before we go, just time for a visit to the big red chair. Who's there? Hello.
Hello.
Oh, my gosh.
I couldn't look at myself for that length of time. I'm sure he's a lovely man.
I didn't even see him. I just blinked and it was gone.
That's showbiz.
That joke is just, yeah. One in, one out. Yeah, there you go. Let's try someone else. Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Ginny.
Ginny, lovely. And where are you from, Ginny?
I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Me too.
Oh, you're from Seattle. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Is Brendan Fraser in your story?
No, he's not.
Okay. Do you live here now, Ginny?
No, I live in Eugene, Oregon.
Okay.
But I'm a flight attendant for a U.S. carrier.
All right. So you're just here on a layover?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Off you go with your story, Ginny.
Well, my husband and I were vacationing or holidaying in Mexico recently. And we were there with his brother and sister-in-law and his son and his 90-year-old mother, who came down from Ottawa, Canada. So we were at a market on Sunday full of more vacationers, and I was standing next to his mother, and I saw my husband about 15 feet away talking to some random woman, and she turns around, looks directly at me, marches over with her finger, and says, "I want to look like you when I'm 90 years old." Are you down at my mother-in-law? And I said, oh, like that? And the only thing I can think of is that, you know, I want to look like me when I'm 90 years old in 25 years.
You can walk, Ginny. Well done. Very good, sir. Good, sir. That was a good, sir.
Very good.
Doing Canada proud. Doing Canada proud. OK, that really is all we've got time for. If you'd like to have a go in the red chair yourself and tell your story, you can contact us via website at this address. Please say a huge thank you to all of my guests tonight. Cat Burns! Oti Babusi! Russell T. Davies! Helena Bonham Carter! Michelle Williams! And Mr. Brendan Fraser! Join me next week with singer Sam Smith, comedian Rob Beckett, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Sarah Michelle Gellar, director M. Night Shyamalan, and BAFTA-winning actor Claire Foy. I'll see you then. Good night, everyone. Bye!
It all started with Rose. Revisit those early Russell T Davies years. Press red for Doctor Who on iPlayer. Next on BBC One, she was his first crush and now she's running to be President of the United States. It's our film, Long Shot.